Greetings our star family. I am Valance, the residential care coordinator for the Procyonian ambassador orb ship, the Procyon Pureen. Dearest ones, our story is quite a fascinating one that you might look into sometime. On a couple of recorded occasions, we have discussed with the ambassador here the who's, the what's, and the how's of who we are. As you would say in your realm, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? Dear ones, you are solid gold. You've got the goods in this lifetime. You're going to be making it work. When you walk into the room, there is kind of a cool cosmic in your vibe they may not show in the literal sense. However, others around you figuratively stand when you walk into the room. Dear ones, they get captured by your smile, but you're too smooth to let them catch your eyes. Unless it is on your terms. You see, what their subconscious realizes they may not consciously realize is that you're doing it this time. That person that they thought they knew, they never really knew that person. Light workers, starseeds, treasure your gifts with the utmost reverence as the rewards that you will feel deep inside from letting your light not only shine on others but turn theirs on full time as well. Well, the rewards will be only something that you can put into words on an individual basis. However, we can say that they will be incredible. They know that you have grabbed the ball, and you're running with it now. You're the one in control of that 2-minute drive, because you know, and they're going to soon find out how incredible your light is when you're the one driving that vehicle, shining it. You're number 2 to no one, and they can sense this. They are learning how to come to terms with the fact they want some of what you got. From a spiritual standpoint, they realize that you are on the verge of becoming extremely wealthy. Do not necessarily mean in a monetarily based sense. We mean a completeness of your own personal oneness blending with the oneness of the collective unity. This recent solar storm had varying degrees of effects on a lot of starseeds and lightworkers for a couple days. Wouldn't you say so, Ambassador? It's okay, you don't have to answer that. We are just giving the ambassador a bad time. We became a little bored. We must say not having Atlas fever to joke to the ambassador about anymore. Society reminds us a lot of ours when it was developing many a moon ago of your Earth time. We'll just say that, and we must admit we do get a kick out of watching you grow and learn too. It warms our hearts to no end. Dear souls, now that all the jacks have been put back in their boxes and the clowns have headed off the bed, you're going to finally start hearing the sound of happiness. It will be just centering down that street, and all you will see is footprints with outlines of red. Imagine, if you will, a giant cosmic broom sweeping up and throwing away discarded old fragments of yesterday's life, and yet somewhere a clueless queen is weeping, and an even more clueless king has no wife. What they are too realizing is that that stale, old, crusty paradigm that they were so comfortable in controlling is being washed away on downstream. They got so used to that type of past, but this time they realize it will be its last. Dear souls, the winds of change are blowing through like an old autumn wind on a pre-winter night. You see, dear souls, that old drip, 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 drip way of putting things, as you might put it in your Earth realm, it's going away. And yes, we understand that it's hard for you to believe that people would feel that way about it. Even from our vantage point at times, we wonder why it wouldn't be simply just a matter of them thinking good riddance to it. Again, we come back to you shining your light, being that beacon of light on the hill. You are like a lighthouse, calming, comforting, and protecting for those in the middle of known only a rough sea but uncharted waters, period. Dearest souls, like with anything, it's just another adventure, as there is never a conclusion to anything. Just the beginning of a new chapter. No, we are not trying to start a new cosmic game show called The Name That Played Out Catchphrase Hour. Certainly not, especially with the ambassador. We would never joke with him like that. We shudder to think, well, maybe once in a great while. Well, maybe once in a great while. What we mean by that is everything just keeps going. For instance, in our society, we do not exist in time per se. We sleep about the equivalent of 15 minutes of your Earth day in one of your 24-hour cycles. That's the uttermost. We joked with the ambassador before that. That is what the laziest among our society sleeps per day. We tell you this because at our consciousness level, everything that has happened to us as well as happens to us is literally all at once, all at once. There is no tomorrow, as you would say, because everything is now tomorrow for us is right. This second yesterday for us is right this second. We know how the ambassador just loves big phrases and terms, so we will call it this, the vastness of multi-dimensional grounded oneness. How about that? With that, it has been a pleasure as always, dear souls. We love you so much, our star family and ambassador. Maybe that would be a good Earth game show for you to host one day. You might call it the name that played out catchphrase hour. However, in all seriousness, your souls, we would like to say before we depart that your energy is seriously infectious. Others cannot help but to be drawn to you. I promise you that each and every one of you that hear this, whether it's in a huge way or just in some subtle way, you're going to seriously affect somebody's life for the better. Most of the time they'll remember for years exactly what your energy meant to them. This has been Valance, the residential care coordinator for the Procyonian ambassador orb ship, the Procyon Pureen.